Okay, we live, and we're late. There's a reason behind it. But like I start off every video, every day, right? Is with this quote. This one can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action. I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. The harm is to persist in one's own self deception and ignorance. With that being said, there is no agenda for today's live except for it's Halloween apparently. And so I realized that because my wife comes in the room and she's like, "Hey, we're going trick or treating." I was like, "Oh, word? Shoot, okay." And so this is the first time we went trick or treating with the kids. And so the reason why I was late is because this is a bucket of no goodiness. Because all this stuff has some artificial flavoring in it, a whole bucket full, right? And so they have some candy, right? They got some candy out of it that was healthier than most. But just to know, wow, this whole bucket is full of a bunch of garbage and poison. No lie. And so, with that being said, you gotta watch what you put in your body. That's lesson number one. Be careful of what you're putting in this vessel, because what you're putting in this vessel, if it's garbage, then how are you gonna feel? You're probably gonna feel like crap, guaranteed. And going through their buckets were pretty much both full, right? And so going through all this candy, I now understand, um, being a parent and stuff, why it is that you have to go through the candy, right? Number one, there was a rock in there. Apparently, it was a shiny, like silver painted rock or something. So there's that. Cool. So that's garbage, right? And can't have my kids biting on that. But also, there was a lot of kids out there, or just a specific group. There was all these trick or treaters, right? And then this specific group of like five kids, maybe teenagers. I don't know, right? But there was a specific group, and what they were doing is they were going and they were basically running to every door, right? They were sifting for information. They even asked us, "Hey, is there candy at that door?" Nope. Kept going, right? And so the takeaway from that is that there's some people who like it. Oh, what's going on, Soldier Bentley? It's been a while. Um, there's been Mr. Young Buddha, man. It's been a while. We definitely need to talk for sure. Um, but yeah, there was the specific group of kids, and so they're going out and they're hustling for their candy. Right? There's everybody else. Everybody else is moving slow, right? Everybody else is taking action, but it's like, and they're being slow about it. But these people were on the move. And so if you have an agenda, you have an intention, you need to go and attack, right? You're not here just for a simple reason. You're here to drop gems on everybody else, as Mr. Soldier Bentley says. And so we're here to literally serve the people. And because these people are out here on Halloween servicing the kids with candy, everybody's coming out and looking, around the streets for some candy. But the specific group was like, no, we're about it. We're going to go get as much candy as we possibly can tonight. And so they're on a mission hitting all the blocks. Now, me, I only went around one block and then came back. And that was it. That was the trick or treating. But they probably hit the whole block that is right here around me, and then some. And they might just hit up the whole neighborhood that we live around. So take action. Go harder than what other people are going. If you're taking subtle action, yeah, you'll get results. You'll have some candy for sure, guaranteed. But are you going to come home with a bucket full of like good shit? Or are you going to come home with a bucket full of trash? That's what you need to decide every day. When you go out, is it going to be positive or is it going to be negative? And so if it's negative, then shit, it's going to be a rough time. And all you're going to find is more of that. You're going to fill up that bucket as fast as this was 30 minutes, 40 minutes of walking around. So you're going to fill up that bucket hella fast of negative energy, right? And guess what? The bucket is unlimited. So there's no cap to it. It'll just fill up like that, and then it'll be like, oh, I gotta grow bigger. It'll make itself bigger, and then it'll fill up with even more. But now if you feed it with the right stuff, wow, like it's infinite, like I said. So there's an infinite possibility of good. And so what you gotta take away from Halloween is like there's people who want it bad. And because they want this bad, they're go get it. And so you need to attack that with your dreams, attack that with your goals, just as hard as that as well. And so let me pose this question to you guys who are on here, because there's two of you. Like, what is the thing that you want to take action on today, or what you've been thinking about taking action on? Leave it in the comments. What is one thing? Is it business? Is it relationships? Is it more money? Like what is it that you guys are focusing on? Is it a better mindset? Like what are you guys really out here striving for? Because there's a lot to do in this world and not enough time. There's this book right here somewhere. Somewhere. It's called The Shortness of Life. I mentioned this book pretty much every single live because it's legendary. It's not that life is too short, it's that we waste a lot of time. So you're probably wasting a lot of time away when it comes to, hey, only on Halloween you go hard and you take action. Only on Black Friday you go hard and you buy all these sales, right? Or your business blows up on Black Friday. Um, and so if that's the case, if only when these certain events happen that creates that inconsistency. It should be happening every day, not just every once in a while, not just on a special occasion. It's like, okay, let me, I have kids, right? So, okay, I love my kids only today. That's it. No, you know what? That's too long. I love my kids only for this hour. That's crazy. You love your kids unconditionally for life, right? It's the same thing across the board. If you're consistent all the way across the board, that's the magic of it all. The consistency. For example, we've been consistent on YouTube for a little bit, and so if, I would take you through the back end, but I'm not with it. But just on YouTube alone, these past I don't know 16 days, we really started on October 16th is when we started posting more consistency consistently since 2 years ago, basically. And so by posting just consistently for these past two-ish weeks, we were able to bring in 5,700 views, something like that. And of course, that's not counting for all the other social medias. There's Instagram, there's LinkedIn, there's Facebook. I should start up my TikTok, but unfortunately, I don't know what my account information was. And so, because of that, probably gotta make a new TikTok. But either way, should have it because it's what 5 seconds, less than 5 minutes. If it takes you less than 5 minutes, you really should take the action and just do it now. It's like, oh, uh, if somebody's giving me their phone number, am I gonna be like, okay, like that's good. I'll write that down, in an hour. Hold on, I'm busy. Like, and then when you go for whatever service it was, maybe it was a call of like, oh, your device doesn't work, so my phone doesn't work, right? And then I have to go ahead and be like, hey, my phone doesn't work. Okay, call this number. Okay, I'll write that down in an hour. That doesn't make sense, does it? So you got to be very mindful of what you're doing. And so the going back to it, well, from Halloween, it's like again, on only special occasions is when people do stuff. And so why is it that that's the case? It's because they made these specific days more hype than others, right? Every day should be hype. I don't know why it's just like these specific days, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, right? It's like they made it so that these specific days are special, so all the other days are not special anymore. It's just like oh, this is like the lower days because once Christmas comes around, it's amazing. I get all these gifts. Everybody, there's good food and there's good vibes and all that stuff. And it's like okay, every day could be good food. Every day could be gifts. Every day could be something very joyful. But you just gotta see it that way. See, perspective is everything in this world. And so if you don't have the correct perspective to be able to accomplish this viewpoint, then you'll be stuck where you're at right now. And so that's a big problem to have. It's like the only person who could change it is you. I can't change it for you. You can't change me. Only I can. So it goes the same way. So unless you take the action, maybe you're reading a book. We like pulling out this book, every time because it's accessible and it's amazing. You should go ahead and buy this book because there's an amazing game, all the whole series really. And so it's like the every day is special, not just Halloween, not just Christmas, not just Thanksgiving, not just your birthday, every single day. That's why for me, when it comes around to my birthday, I'm like, oh, like it is what it is. Like it's just another day. Like it's not something extra spectacular because every day is extra spectacular because I get to wake up. Simply enough. I woke up today. Oh, this is a great day because if you think about it, here's the perspective shift for you. If I gave you $10 million today, would you take it? Put a one in the chat. If you would take $10 million right now, I just give it to you. I just hand it to you, no strings attached. It's yours. I'll give you some time. Put a one in the chat while I put this up. Only if you would take the $10 million. No strings attached. It's just here you go. Here's the $10 million. It's yours. And so for me, I'm definitely taking that $10 million. Whoever's like, hey, here you go. You don't. They don't have to take your soul. Then you don't have to sign a contract. It's just boom. What's your bank account? Here, wire. Boom. It's in your bank account. And that next just instant. And so I would take it. But now here's the mindset shift. Okay, if I give you $10 million, but tomorrow you won't wake up, would you take it now? That's a hell no for me. I'm not taking it. I need to wake up tomorrow. I'd rather see my kids. I'd rather see my wife. I'd rather see my family. I'd rather enjoy life than not wake up. Life is too precious for that. So if you agree and you wouldn't take that $10 million because it costs you your life tomorrow, then you're in the same position that I am, which is I wake up every day with $10 million. And guess what? I have some other people that I wake up with, right? My wife is a extra 10 million. And then all my other kids are 10 million each. So I wake up with multi eight figures every single day of my life. How can I not be joyful, grateful for the day that I have? Because I already woke up with riches. Okay, let's say I'm by myself. Even so, $10 million every day for the next 365 days. And maybe you've been here longer, right? But for the next 365 days, 1 year, that's over $3.6 billion just being alive. So I've been here 29 years. So that's over maybe 100, like I'm touching $100 billion right now. And so most of you are probably not looking at life that like it's that valuable, which it totally is. And even that is me undervaluing life all at the same time. So understand me. The position that you're in is so great. And now you just need to focus on using your talents, your gifts, because maybe you have ADHD. Well, that's a superpower. That's literally a superpower. You just don't like, you don't see it that way, or the people around you don't see it that way. And that's why you see it as a curse. Hey, maybe you have no legs. I don't know. But if you have no legs, there's always an upside, right? No arms. There's somebody who has no arms, yet they still drive, they still function day to day. So how is it that I have all my limbs and I'm gonna complain about today? That doesn't make any sense. So you cannot control the first, instance of what's going on. You can't control that. For example, it's like somebody cuts me off in traffic and I'm like, you motherfucker, you almost killed me. That's the first shit that comes out of my mouth. Okay. Now, what if I hold that anger for the next hour? Is that okay? Just because the one person cut me off. I'm sure there's going to be another one that cuts me off because It's just people are in their own lane. They're not paying attention. So it's more so you gotta pay attention to other drivers because they're gonna cause you problems more so than you causing yourself problems. But sitting with that anger for an instant, it's like, okay, fuck that guy. Let's move on. Most people are like, yo, you asshole, staying on the horn, making a whole situation cause road rage, and then the other person has road rage, you're going back and forth, and then it escalates so quickly. There's no need for that. Like, it doesn't need to escalate that quickly. So, going back to it, there's people running because they're the main character in their lives. So, they want to run and take the action and get as much as they can out of life. You are the main character of your life. Guess what? You're watching me. I'm a side character in your story. So even if we're close buddy buddy, I'm still a side character in your story. Don't make me the main character because that's not it. I'm the main character in my story, but I'm secondary or thirdary, tertiary, whatever, however it works in your story. Your story, make sure you're living or you're moving through life as if you are him, you are her, you are that bleeper. Why am I censoring myself? Haha, you're that nigga though. Like so, so it's like whatever you do it full heartedly. If you're not doing it full heartedly, maybe you're like grinding through it. It's like okay, maybe it's something different for you, right? There was a time when I realized that hey, I tend to start things, but I don't finish them, and like people would think about that as a failure. I'm a failure because of that. Because I'll always start it, but I won't finish it. Well, guess what? There's a person that starts things, right? They start up the company, a startup, right? They have a tech startup. Then the company has some investors, and then the company gets sold after some time. Guess what? The person started a vision. He didn't finish it, but he made it to a point where it was valuable enough for somebody else to come in and take it over, right? And carry the vision out. That's the same thing. Same thing that we're talking about here. Even if if that's not your character and there's something else. If you're feeling that struggle, it's because there's something that you're doing that is like against your character. You're not meant to be struggling like that. You're meant to really go through it and it's easy. Right? It's not hard. Nothing in life is hard. The mind makes it hard because you make it hard. Well, if it's like, okay, there's this book here somewhere. Okay, it's under here. Ah, that was scary. This book is, I don't know, 500 pages or something like that. Right? If I look at this book and I'm like, ugh, this is 500 pages. This is going to be a hard book to read. This is impossible. Possible is a different word though, in case you don't know. But this is a super struggle task that I can't even read through this. It's going to take me a year, a century to read through this. Well, you get according to your faith. So according to my faith at this moment, it is this is going to be hard. This is obstacle that I can't even pass. So because of that, I'm going to struggle so hard with this obstacle because I said it. And like I said before, it's all about perspective and how you see it. Because if you see it the right way, then nothing in life is a struggle. Everything is easy. It says in the Bible, right? This psychology book or this storytelling book, because it's not necessarily a religious book. In the Bible, it says, all your battles are already won. So if they're already won, everything's already done. You don't have to stress about it. The best part is like you get to you have whatever the dream is, whatever you want to achieve. Literally, your job is to sit in that vision of the end and just sit there and look at everything and just see how it plays out. It's like, how this is funny. Like most people would be like, oh, this is some bullshit. And I know that this is just something that I'm looking at, and I know this is gonna lead me to what I need done. Nothing in life is something that happened by coincidence. Always a coincidence that this happened. Nothing happens by accident. Everything has a purpose. It's like everything in life, everything we're seeing in this room right now. It's like it came from the outer to, or should I say, inner, right, to the outer, right, because it became a book. Somebody had to, right. This is Marcus Aurelius, so he had to think it in order to write it and become a book. Simply enough. So everything that we have in our phones, technology, somebody thought about this and was like, this is possible to create. And so it got created. And so there's no way nothing in this world got created by accident. It all came from the subconscious mind or the spiritual realm into reality. And so if you think about it, everything in this world, if you go outside, how is it that the grass, like everything goes so perfectly? It rains, it thunderstorms, and it's like, oh my God, you're out there. And if I'm wearing this, it's like, oh my God, I'm getting wet. Well, guess what? It's feeding something. It's feeding the grass. It's feeding the soil. It's feeding the trees, the flowers, the fruits, the vegetables. It's feeding all that stuff, right? It's even feeding us. If we have a rain catch system, then guess what? That's our water to supply for the whole house as well. So all this stuff is literally supplying you with what you need. And it just goes so perfectly. It just makes total sense. It's like, how is it that, okay, from the trees they create this oxygen and now we breathe this oxygen? And so now from uh yeah, the Akashic record. And so now we breathe this in the Akashic record, everything is already done. Like you're just feeding from it. Literally all this stuff is something from source. And so when it comes down to it, it's like everything is needed because without the trees, we don't have oxygen. Without the, everything growing, every green thing growing, we have no oxygen. There's no photosynthesis, which leads us to a big major problem of a lack of air. And everybody here needs air in order to actually function throughout their life. And is it air or is it consciousness? I'll leave that for a different day. Um, but so we need this substance in order to survive. So if it didn't work so perfectly that the grass got watered, the tree got watered, so that it could go through its process and take this sunlight to transform that into energy, so that we can use it, we could breathe, give it back energy, carbon dioxide, so it could do its process again, and then go ahead and live life. That's like impossible. It's impossible for stuff to like if I were to build something like that, impossible for me to build something like that so perfect. Like, it just makes too much sense, right? And impossible is a funny word, so that's why I like using impossible. But so it's like it's so easy for everything to coincide together and so perfectly in a matter that bears major fruit, right? And it's always multiplied. You put one seed in the ground, it creates an apple. Let's say you just get one apple out of that seed. Well, you open up the apple and you got like 10, 15 different seeds within the apple. So as soon as it matures and it bears fruit, it bears more fruit to give you. So remember that the seeds you plant today are for a better tomorrow. So take action on what you literally want to do right now and your goals that you're looking to achieve. And remember, long-term thinking is the right term thinking because short term is only for a time. Motivation only lasts for a moment, right? But discipline lasts forever. Remember that. And so on that note, I guess thank you guys for showing up, the three of y'all. And I'm gonna leave you with that. And I'm probably go look at this bucket again of poison and just be interested in the fact of we call this a holiday of giving people goodies, and it's a holiday of giving people poison apparently because that's a bucket of poison. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also, in the link down below in the description, there's a community that I have. It's called I Learned It from the Internet. And so everything that I talk about here is very well talked about in there. We have courses in there. We have a bunch of amazing people in there. I want to say we have 20-ish people in there right now. And so we're constantly growing. So if you want to be a part of that growth and you want to learn massive game for your business, your I guess it's more so wealth, relationships, mindset, spirituality, and health. So if you want to be a whole rounded person, who has all the qualities of life, go ahead, click the link in the description box below. Join the community. And we do lives all the time over there. Every Sunday, we have a live, and we have multiple different collaborations that we do. So, again, thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate y'all. And I hope that you guys had some takeaways and pay attention because there's some stuff you might want to pay attention to because there's a comment saying the Akashic record. If you don't know what that is, maybe Google it. It might open you up. So on that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. because I'm doing this every single day. If you see the past videos, we've been going through stuff already. So go ahead, go back into those videos. There's plenty of information there. But again, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.